Hi, hello everyone. It's Caroline Wu here in Beijing. Today we are here at one of the leading writers and poets of the 20th century China, Mr. Guo Moruo's former residence. It is in a traditional courtyard. Come on, follow me this way. It is in a traditional courtyard on the west side of Shichahai in Beijing, and it is a cultural relic. So today you're going to follow me to explore the exhibits here inside this exhibition hall, inside this residence, former residence, to get to know about his very unusual life experience, his simple lifestyle, as well as his romantic temperament as a poet. So now we just entered the first gate of this traditional courtyard, and this is a very big garden, which was formerly a very official garden of the emperor. I think it's in Qing Dynasty. So on my right side, we are about to see a bronze statue. Now, yeah, watch your step. Let's get onto it. So whoever is there watching, please say hi to us, okay? That's Caroline Wu here. We are taking you to here in this very chill place. This is the former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo, to, I would say, sightsee and get to know about this very famous poet and writer, historian, and archaeologist. All right, let's take some time to refresh the page and say hi to you guys, okay? Yeah, so what you're looking at, this is the bronze of Mr. Guo Moruo, a bronze statue of Mr. Guo Moruo. All right, we see Jessie said, 你好, Caroline, hi you guys. And I see James. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. And hi, Kenny. Kenny is there. And also, who else is there? I see a lot of food. Cynthia sent us a lot of food, which there is a coconut in the tree. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy today's tour. So this is Mr. Guo Moruo's the bronze statue. So it's shining, and you can see that he is very easygoing and approachable, very, kind of like ready to talk to the guests, looking very happy. And this is a shining statue that is done by Situ Zhao Guang, a very well-known sculptor and professor at the Central Academy of Fine Arts, on the 10th anniversary of Mr. Guo Moruo's death. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, actually, over here on this side, I want you guys to take a look on my left side, because Mr. Guo Moruo is a very famous calligrapher. And let me give you some brief information about what he does. Take a look at the calligraphy that he did. He is a very famous modern Chinese writer, poet, archaeologist, historian, and politician. So as an important government official, he held many high-ranking positions in China, academic institutions in his life. So this is his former residence. We are about to enter the second gate of this traditional courtyard. So follow us, okay? I'm gonna be really, really slow. I hope you guys like what you're seeing here. This is like a small pavilion, and there's corridor on this side, on that side as well, on both sides, which can help people who live here to shelter from the rains and snows, things like that. Yeah, let's step outside. So this is an area that would have a lot of things going on. For example, if somebody's getting married, this is the place to stop and to do some kind of ritual, I guess. So I want you guys to take a look at the decorative patterns on top of the eaves. It's very beautiful. It looks like it's a landscape, right? It's like waters and mountains and rivers, landscape painting. Very beautifully done. You can see how ancient Chinese are, trying to decorate their house. And they do have that much time and also creativity to decorate where they live. So if you just started joining us, we are here at the former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo, and let's get to know about his glorious achievements in literature, in arts, in archaeology, and everything. So follow us this way. This is the first exhibition hall. Hope you guys like what you're seeing here. All right. Follow us. All right, take a look. So this exhibition is full of his photos and showing his, I would say, his photos from his young to his when he, I think from his very young to 1945-ish. Yeah, so take a look at these photos. So, that is him. So there are some books and manuscripts and plays that are being stored in this wooden box. And there are quite many things that's written by him that are displayed here. Many cultural relics are being displayed in these windows, in these underneath the windows. So that is him. He studied in Japan for a while and back and forth, formed a family there. I think that is him and his family and his wife when he was in Japan. That was 1933. Yeah, there are some other photos. And this is a very nice one. This is in 1937. Yeah, take a closer look in 1937. And that's him and his family. So this museum displays the life of Mr. Guo Moruo, and this house preserves the documents which belong to Mr. Guo Moruo, such as manuscripts, in a large number of books that he wrote, and some historical plays that he wrote. And you can see this is written by him, the newspaper back then, 1941. So. And he is also an archaeologist. You can see this is him that is doing at the evacuation site in Chongqing. He found something, and that's him and the cultural relics that he found back then in 1940s. So he's really a man that achieved a lot throughout his lifetime. Yeah. All right, let's keep on going. So there are quite many old photos from his early days to the time that he passed away. You can see this is him reading books. There is this looks like it's a bookshelf behind him. This is actually this one. This is an actual stuff that's in the photo. This looks like it's a wooden shelf. What's different is that his wife added some doors to this shelf, to this cabinet, to help to store stuff, I guess. So this room looks like it's the children's bedroom. It's the former, this is what they call the west wing of this traditional Chinese courtyard. It's being used by was used by his children as a bedroom. I guess this is his former residence in Chongqing. Yeah, so it's also a traditional courtyard, but here we are in Beijing. It's another traditional courtyard and the former residence of him. But this place, it's about 7,000 square meters, which is way bigger. And also, if you guys have been following us on the live streaming on Wednesday, you saw probably Mr. Mei Lanfang's former residence, which is about 2,000 square meters. So this one, it's way bigger because it used to be a royal's garden back then in the Qing dynasty, and it's very, very big. All right, let's take a look. Some other photos. So if you are there watching, please say hi to us, okay? And I see Wendy and I see Jessie. Kenny is here. Oh, today is actually a bit hot, so it's great that I'm having this little fan. Oh yeah, that is him with Mr. Chairman Mao in 1945. Mr. Guo Moruo gave this watch to Chairman Mao. That's him, 1945. And that is Premier Zhou Enlai that he's standing next to in 1946. And he really devoted his life to the country. And this is a photo that took before he left his family in 1948. So he's a very influential figure. And also that's him. Yeah, there are quite many photos that are recording this influential person's history and the stories. But I really wanted to focus on what he has achieved in literature, in also archaeology. So here, yeah, take a look one more time. Today it's also a very sunny day, like Wednesday. Let's just take some time to enjoy this, the view here of this courtyard. So let me, briefly introduce you about this place. The location of the house used to be the former site of the Garden of Heshen, which was back then 1746 to 1799. He is a very influential official who lived in the reign of the Qianlong Emperor during the Qing dynasty. So the place later formally became a prince's garden during the Qing dynasty from 1644 to 1911. So yeah, I really like this corridor that a visitor is walking. See, it's very beautiful. And all the things that it used to decorate the eave tile, the tile ends, are very elaborate and detailed. Yeah, go ahead. Let's come this way. There are some other photos of him. This is where he was born in Sichuan. He was born in 1892 in Sichuan, Leshan, Shaowan County. A business family, looks like. So maybe this is a model of his former residence in Sichuan, looks like. Yeah. It's a bit different from what we see here. So as a boy, he had access to a wide selection of the books that sparked his lifelong interest in poetry and language. So you can see that that's him when he was young. Looks like he's adolescent. Yeah, so his name actually, Guo Moruo, is his pen name. He got his name from the Mo River and the Ruo River, which was back then in his hometown, beloved hometown. So he got that name from the river back then in his hometown to express his, I would say, his feelings, his love to his hometown. That's his dad and his mom. That's when he was a bit older, looks like. Wow, they all look very similar. That's him after in the middle school. It's like, yeah. There are quite many, cultural relics and photos, manuscripts that record his life, his history. And he went to Japan in 1914 to study medicine and then study literature. And he began to write a new style of poetry under the pen name of Guo Moruo, which we talked about, a name he took from Mo and the Ruo rivers of his beloved hometown. You can see some of the photos he took in Japan. So this is his family in Japan, and he met this lady who is a nurse in a hospital in Tokyo, and they fell in love and got married, and he named this nurse Anna. So that's his two kids. The photo was took in 1921. And this looks like it's a monument, it's like a stepping stone. So this is a very well-known like a poetry called The Goddess that has won himself the wide recognition. So that is being displayed in this looks like a stone tablet. It has actually laid a foundation for the Chinese new style poetry, which won immediate popularity. And then he began to Japan in 1928. You can see some of the photos he took when he was in school, and beneath that it is the school gate of the university. I think the gate of the university. And he devoted himself to study Chinese history and the characters. He went back and forth from China and Japan to study literature, to study medicine. So he's, yeah, that's him and his kids, it looks like. And he returned to his homeland in 1937 and wrote many works in succession, including the historical plays Quyuan and a commander's tiger-shaped tally and a history book, The Bronze Age. So there are a lot of things that are published here that has his work or has he and his team's work in it. So they are being displayed here. Oh, that looks like it's Shanghai. Yeah, it is Shanghai. The style of the house looks like it's a Shikumen. He actually joined the military. So that's him joined the military, wearing the uniform. So following the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, he held a number of high-level government posts, including the chairman of the China Federation of Literature and Art Circles and the president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. There are some books that are being displayed here. All right. So while he handled government affairs, he continued his literary ambitions. Penning his historical plays like Cai Wenji or Empress Wu Zetian, or the poetry collections Ode to New China and Easterly Wind and the Tides, and also the academic work Li Bai and Du Fu. He also paid attention to archaeology. Yeah, so take a look over here. Enjoy the view one more time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the view that you're watching. We are here at former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo, and to learn about his personal history and his unusual life experience. He also paid attention to archaeology, like we showed you the photo earlier, that he was at the evacuation site. So now we are about to go to his actual bedroom, the reception hall, the sitting room, and also the study, the office. And I hope you guys enjoy what you're seeing. And we're here at this former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo, who is very well known and one of the leading writers and poets of the 20th century. So this place, the residence, is in a traditional courtyard that covers about 7,000 square meters. Very, very big. It used to be a former royal garden, and it's on the west side of the Shichahai in Beijing, which is a very popular tourist attraction spot. And now it has become a cultural relic. Became a cultural relic and opened to the public in 1988. Oh yeah, we are gonna get to the other side, and this is really nice weather, and we are here enjoying the view. And let's see, Jessie said, "Ni hao, China Plus America moderator has great live feeds." Okay, Mitch said, "I like Caroline red dress, thank you."
啊，准备开始啊。
好好好。
好，
Welcome back. Sorry about the technical issue. Now we are back. We're here at this whole area that leads us to his sitting room. This is the reception hall where he received the guests, the relatives, and you can see there are some couches. Yeah, very big space, huh? There's a big piano, and also you can see all the way back there on the right side there is a very big, supersized landscape. I thought that we are having this anti-reflective glass. 反光吗? So it should be okay. Yeah, so briefly let me tell you about it. So this is, the supersized landscape was painted by Mr. Fu Baoshi, and also, display the Mr. Guo's collection of fancy stones. I don't know if you guys can see, which is right underneath. There are some stones that are underneath, which is his really favorite hobbies, to collect those different size and shapes and colors of those stones. And also he received the guests such as Premier Zhou Enlai and also other leaders and close friends in that room. So probably you probably do not know that Mr. Guo Moruo, he has some issue with one of his ears, so that's why he gave up study the medicine and being a doctor to switch to literature and then focusing and devote his life to literature. So I don't know if you guys can see the sofa there. Actually, we forgot to mention that the sofa there's one single couch on this side. This is where he usually sits. The one that's in front of the mirror, in front of the piano. This is where he usually sits to, welcome the guests and then speak to the guests, because I think on his right side, this ear is better. This one is having some issues, so this is where he sits so that he can hear people or the guests on his right side clearly. So yeah, this is his regular seat. And this is his office. And this is where he writes all those I would say those very famous historical plays and books in such a very simple environment. I think there on the walls, if you can see, on the wall that's hanging the handwritings by Mao Zedong and also his wife, Yu Liqun, and also stored in that wooden box, all the way there, wooden box by the window, is Mr. Guo's manuscript on ancient Chinese word studies. And also, two of Mr. Guo's children died. So on the desk, you can see laid their diaries, so which bears a father's endless thinking of his children. So yeah, there's a lot of stories and love in this room. All right, and the next, this is his bedroom. You can see it's also very simple. It's also very simple. You can see he put on a pair of slippers. I don't know if you can see the slippers on the floor. You can see the shows his very simple and plain lifestyle. And also near the bed, I don't know if near the bed on the right side, it's the history of 24 dynasties, which the owner used to browse through regularly. And also Mr. Guo used to get up with the sun and take a walk here in this corridor and starts his new day. Yeah, his new day begins from here. So it's very ancient, full of traditional Chinese flavor, Chinese characteristics. So yeah, it is this small traditional Chinese courtyard that Mr. Guo Moruo wrote his poems and other works such as plays. And then take a look at, like we said earlier, Mr. Guo Moruo is also a very good calligrapher. So this is the Palace Museum that's written by him. So wherever you see the Palace Museum, this sign is actually written by Mr. Guo Moruo. This is the Palace Museum. Hopefully you guys have seen our live streaming and brought you guys there before. So yeah, there are quite many signs that written by him. This is something that's being displayed in Zhongshan Park. So there are quite many books and manuscripts that are well protected, well kept here. I'm really glad to show you guys this area because this corridor is connecting us. This corridor is connecting all the rooms. There are about 5 rooms here in this place. So this is the China Bookstore. That's also written by him. Yeah, so they are displaying all those calligraphy that's written by him. And Bank of China, that's also written by him. So for those of you who have lived here, you probably would have to use Bank of China. So let's see if we have any questions. We see Deborah said, very nice place, and thank you for sharing your beautiful country. Thank you for watching and love traditional Chinese culture. I'm really glad to take you guys here at this very representative traditional Chinese architecture. So this is 水牛颂 in Chinese, and in English it's Ode of Buffalo. That's written by him. So Steve said, nice show, thank you. James said, Caroline, very beautiful live streaming tonight. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, that was Ode of Buffalo, Ode to Buffalo, sorry, said it wrong. All right, we can see that these are the photos of him taken with Premier Zhou Enlai, that's Mr. Guo Moruo, and him, Mr. Zhou Enlai, taking photo together. So we were talking about he held quite many positions in China, and that's him with Chairman Mao on the right side, Mao Zedong on the right side. He's also a very important political figure in China. Apart from what he has achieved in literature and arts and culture and archaeology, he also is a very important political figure. So these are the certificates. Let's take a look, take a closer look of these. So these are the first National People's Congress. This is the certificate of elected deputy. That's him and his photo that is being displayed here. And he was also appointed to some really important political posts. So these are all, you know, with stamps and assigning him to be that, in charge of things in arts related events and culture and also science circle, things like that. That's him with Mr. Sorry about that. It's a bit chilly today. So it's a bit chilly. All right, so you can see that's him wearing his hearing aid. Like I talked about earlier, so on this side he is having some issue with his hearing, so he has to use his hearing aid, which is being displayed here. This is what he used. I think it was because some sick disease when he was young that caused his hearing problem, so he has to use that for the rest of his life. That looks like it's either it's a document or it's a movie that having Mr. Guo Moruo in it. Yeah, hope you guys like what you're seeing. It's a bit chilly here. Yeah, he is having at all kinds of events, talking with people. That's him in 1950. That's actually the Children's Day. He is doing some kind of reading some kind of poem for the children. He was very happy. Looks like children are applauding for him, reading the poem for them. Yeah, and this is him with Mr. Mei Lanfang. This is actually his last Mr. Mei Lanfang's last photo, and this was taken in 1961. That's Mr. Mei Lanfang was doing this last performance for those scientists, and you can see he's not very well at that time because he passed away that year. This is 1961. I believe that he passed away that year. So this is a very last photo of Mr. Mei Lanfang, and Mr. Guo Moruo was there took the photo with him. So we visited Mr. Mei Lanfang's former residence 2 days ago. If you haven't watched it, you can go back to watch the playback. And he is also Peking opera. He is a Peking opera master and legend. And we also shared a lot of stories of him and also cultural relics of him on that day. So you can go back to watch it. Yeah, there are quite many photos of him of recording his life. He has very big smile. I like his smile. Very big smile, very sincere and very simple person. He attending all kinds of events and also showing his appreciation to the workers. Looks like it's this one. Yeah, to the farmers, to the workers. Showing his appreciation. I think it's in all kinds of events. Maybe Labor Day. Yeah. That's him with many foreign leaders together. Looks like foreign leaders. This one, and also this one. Yeah, that's Chairman Mao. Okay, all right, follow us this way. Follow us this way. So now we're about to enter. This is mother's room. They call it mother's room. This is actually Mr. Guo Moruo's wife, Li Liqun's study, and also I would call it office. It's a bit dark, but hope you guys can see. So Mrs. Guo is really keen to practice her calligraphy since her childhood. So she kept on practicing the penmanship and became a woman calligrapher. So she used to join, Mr. Guo used to join Mrs. Guo here to receive the guests and also relatives, and also they like to, chat over their play cards, things like that, and also practiced the calligraphy together here. So that's why I think the children called this room the mother's room. So you can see there are quite many books are being displayed in the bookshelf. This is very quiet and tranquil place to do the reading and also to have some good time with the kids. I think the bedroom is somewhere behind it, as far as I know. That's the bedroom of the Mrs. Li Liqun, I guess. And you can see that's being displayed on the wall. That's their calligraphy. So this is a room that is showing all kinds of his literature and arts works. So Mr. Guo Moruo has been really active in cultural and scientific front of our country, made many great contributions to Chinese culture, literature, art, history, and ancient Chinese characters. So this section of the former residence shows the achievements of his contributions in all kinds of fields, in various fields. Yeah, like we talked about earlier, one of his very famous work is Goddess, which was published in 1921 and was very romantic. So this actually, Goddess, was the foundation work of Chinese new poetry, and Guo Moruo became one of the most important founders of Chinese new poetry. You can see this one is a historical play that's written by him called Cai Wenji, and there are some theater actors and actresses are portraying the characters on the stage. It was actually the Beijing Theater of People's Arts. They have really strong cast to do this performance, and this Taiwanji is also a very famous historical play. And also, let's see what else. They have Taiwanji, the photo of the cast of Taiwanji, and also here, hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully it's not too dark. This is the model stage of Empress Wu Zetian. This is also a drama that's written by Mr. Guo Moruo. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the cast of Empress Wu Zetian, the drama. And you can see they're discussing and they're talking about the acting and the direction on the stage. So besides his poetry and fiction, and his works include plays, and also numerous translations of the works of Tolstoy, and also Goethe, and also who else? Quite many other Western authors that we're talking about. Zhen Chenggong, it is also became a movie. Yeah, Wu Zetian, Empress Wu Zetian. And 在生缘. Not sure if they have Quyuan here, but this one is Wu Zetian. So Quyuan is also the most popular works of historical tragedy that's known to the public and written by him. Yeah. You can see, yeah, there are quite many photos of him with the cast, with the political circle, and the literature circle, I would say. That's Mr. Guo when he is in his 80s. Looks like he's wearing the hearing aid. Yeah. So that is him. That is Mr. Guo Moruo's last photo that he took. Yeah, let's go on this side. So this is the last exhibition hall of Mr. Guo Moruo, and which shows quite many works that he did, including the Goddess. It has one wide recognition. People, the visitors can come here to browse through the books, and also it's also being a part of the high school textbook, Chinese textbook, the Goddess, the very famous poetry we're talking about. And also there are some other, yeah, Quyuan is here. That's a tragedy he wrote, the poem. People can come here to read through that, the works he did, so people can get to know about the things he wrote. So on this wall, let's get closer. Although it's all in Chinese, but it's including all the things that Mr. Guo Moruo has written, including poetry, drama, prose, autobiography, fiction, history, archaeology, translation. So all those things that's written by him. And I just wanted to point out something, like archaeology. This one, including the bronze. He wrote about bronze, and he wrote about oracle, and also the translation that's including something that is written by Nietzsche, actually Nietzsche and Tolstoy, including War and Peace. Yeah, War and Peace somewhere. And also Faust by Goethe. So these are a big wall of things that he has done before. So you can see what a great achievement it's such a glorious achievement of Mr. Guo Moruo. Prose and plays. All right, let's take a look if we can. Oh yeah, let's go this way. Follow us. There's some photos here, and yeah. Let's see who else is having some questions. We see James here said, "Nice live streaming, thank you." And it's very interesting to walk here, take you guys here, to tour this traditional Chinese courtyard. And we are, if you just started to join us, hopefully it's not. So we are visiting one of the leading writers and the poets of Mr. Guo Moruo. That's his bust. And of the 20th century China, Guo Moruo's former residence. Okay, watch out, yeah, watch out. Such a nice view, and just want you guys to take a look how beautiful that is inside this traditional courtyard. I like how it's decorating this roof and this corridor, and I really like to, sometime bring some tea or some coffee that I can sit. Yeah, maybe let's go over there. I can find a place, very nice spot to just have some conversation with you guys, and let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? We are here at this former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo and get to know about his life and his romantic temperament as a poet. Yeah, very nice view. Let's take a short walk here and find a place to sit. Yeah, oh, this is a nice place. This is a nice place. That's a nice view, right? You can go from here. What do you think? You can go from here. So yeah, let's see if you guys have any questions, okay? I just really wanted to enjoy the view here, and there are quite many visitors here, especially these days. Okay, we see Steve said nice show, thank you. And who else? I see Deborah's in a very beautiful place, and thank you so much for sharing your beautiful country. Thank you for watching. All right, so Kenny says, do you want to see empty pot or one with full of food? What, are you hungry, Kenny? All right, so Jesse said, yes, I'm very much enjoyed today's live streaming. Thank you. Did I miss any of your questions? Did I miss any of your questions? Let's keep on walking. So this is the corridor we were talking about that is helping to lead all kinds of rooms, including the reception hall, the sitting room, and also the bedroom, the study, so that at the same time, if it rains or if it snows, they can shelter the owners from all those, rains or snow. They can just walk inside. And also, I think this is, I don't know if it's, I'm going to have to confirm and ask some historian to make sure if it is used for sit. So we'll get back to you some other time. So I hope you guys like today's show. And next Friday, we are going to take you guys to the former residence of Song Qingling, which is going to be more beautiful, I guarantee you. And hopefully we're going to have some historian to join us and provide us a lot of information about the traditional Chinese courtyard. So yeah, let's take some time to enjoy the view one more time of this traditional courtyard. This is a former garden of an imperial, a royal garden of a royal family, and it covers really big. It's about 7,000 square meters, which is way bigger than Mr. Mei Lanfang's residence. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. All right, let's see. Kenny said, okay, courtyard makes a great place for some tea, definitely. And who else we see? Okay, we see Glenn said, what was his? Okay, so Jesse said, I would most certainly enjoy some tea in the courtyard. I know, right? Okay, see. Oh, I see. While we were walking, we actually missed some comments. Let's read your comments before we wrap up our show. We see Sting said, "Thank Caroline crew for a great feed while it lasted, and have a great afternoon." Thank you guys for spending time with us, and have a great day or evening or afternoon wherever you are. Yes, I know. Okay, let's see what else. Thank you. Steve said great dress. Thank you. And Linda said absolutely beautiful place. So next Friday we are going to take you a place. I guarantee you it's even more beautiful. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for joining our show today. We are here at former residence of Mr. Guo Moruo, who is one of the leading poets and writers of the 20th century China. So it's in a traditional courtyard on the west side of Shichahai in Beijing, which is also a very famous, popular tourist spot. So yeah, this is a national cultural relic. It's under state protection. And we got to know about his life story and his simple lifestyle and unusual life experience, as well as his temperament, romantic temperament as a poet. So I'm Caroline Wu. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye!